Hello. Hi. Thank you for inviting me to your YouTube channel, which is like really, really good. Like I'm
Oh
really
my
excited about the conversation.
I am so happy you have the time today, Melvin. It's really my
Yeah.
pleasure. For everyone who's watching, I am so happy to be with Melvin today. You know, a lot of my guests, they're usually people I already know or people I've met along the way of coaching. But Melvin happens to be a friend of one of my guests. Maybe you've already seen that interview, Ivy from Sweden. Melvin is calling us from London. So he isn't with Ivy in Sweden, but he's also in Europe. And I'm so happy to finally have somebody from London talking to us today about his own career. Right? So, Melvin, would you kindly give us a little bit of an introduction about yourself?
Okay. So, you mentioned Ivy. So this is like just like way, way back in the Philippines and
Okay.
stuff like that. So since you mentioned Ivy, so we met in university.
Okay.
We were both taking she was like taking. I think she was like taking biology as well, same with me, because like she was like, she's a qualified doctor back in the Philippines, and I just like graduated biology,
Okay.
and then I said, oh, after graduation, I just like need to work because the
Yeah.
thing is like I don't think I could stay like more in school and
Yeah.
uh, it's a so yeah. So I ended up in the hospitality industry.
Nice.
So I ended up like in hotels and stuff like that. That's the reason why I have like a background in hospitality industry. That's the reason why I'm a chef right now. What else? Yeah. So it just like transitioned from there. So I was working for a hotel. It was like an upcoming hotel during that time. It was like the Pan Pacific Hotel.
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like one of the butlers there. They were like pushing like butler service and stuff like that, which was really fun,
Yeah.
and I really
So
enjoyed
so
it.
Melvin,
Yeah.
from the
Mhm.
Philippines and the hospitality industry, how did you
Yeah.
find yourself in London?
So my mom and my sisters moved to London about, if I'm not mistaken, it was in the late 1990s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay.
And then I just like decided to visit them like one time
Correct.
for, we were just like planning to visit them for a year because I was like really enjoying myself in the Philippines.
Yeah.
I had like a good job and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then yeah, during that visit, I said, "Oh, let me just like have like a work experience
Mm-hmm.
training if I could find like a job like that does that."
Yeah.
So I was lucky enough to find a job in Chippinghampton, which is the Cotswolds.
Okay.
It's like such a beautiful village, a
Yeah.
pretty place. So I
Wow.
was lucky to have like a job there
Mm-hmm.
as a management trainee for a boutique hotel, a small boutique hotel in Chippinghampton. And yeah, it started from there. And then I said, hmm, should I stay longer? Because I really miss like it's not just like because of the excitement of London and excitement about work.
Yeah.
It was more of being close to the family as
Yes,
well. Because the
exactly.
thing is like I was just with my father during that time in the Philippines. And then when I moved here, I said, "Oh, at least I'm with my mom and with my
Yeah.
sisters." So
Yeah.
which I miss so much.
Yeah.
So I said, "Okay, let me see the opportunities I've got here in London," and yeah, it just like
Take
went
it
from
from
there.
there. Amazing, Melvin.
Exactly.
Amazing. So it wasn't something you really planned. It just kind of happened because of the
Yeah,
circumstances that you found yourself in. So,
yeah,
Melvin,
yeah,
the
exactly.
question now is how did you get from that to being a chef?
Yes. So okay.
I love these stories.
So yeah, I was in the hotel industry. I moved here year 2001.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I moved here year 2001, and my first job was in shipping company, which was like outside London. And I
Right.
said to myself, I think I this is a good decision so that I could learn the culture
Yeah.
better, because
Right.
like London is like too cosmopolitan already. You
Exactly.
will meet like all the nationalities here, to be honest with you. And I said to myself, let me learn more about the English culture and stuff like that. And the best way to do it, go to the
Outside of
countryside
the city. Yes.
where you're the only one who's skin color is like this.
Right.
Everyone's like so lovely. Everyone's like so polite. Everyone's like so friendly,
Wonderful.
and that yeah, that helped me in a way to um
I guess
the transition of moving
exactly.
easier.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like the people around me were like so lovely, and my first flatmate was like a devoted Christian. I said, "Oh bloody hell!" I said,
Wow.
"This is good." Like so,
Yeah.
yeah, everything was there that I need, and then I said to myself, "Okay, let me learn everything here." And then when I finally decided, okay, I need to move back to the city, which is like London, so that makes I'll be closer to the family as well. And I was just like lucky that like all the interviews that I
Wow.
went to,
Yeah.
everyone's like so supportive. Everyone's like, "Oh, we want you, we want you, we want you." Okay, that's
Oh.
good. And yeah, and then during that time as well, like it was easier for people to get like working visas.
Right.
It
Right.
was not that complicated at all, as long as you what do you call this, have the well qualifications that they need for
Right.
work, they will sponsor you. But now everything changed. It's like so hard like to move to the UK. But yeah, I was just like lucky enough that I was like granted like working visas, and then obviously after 5 years I can apply for the nationality and the British passport. And yeah, it was easy on my part. So
That's
yeah, it was
amazing,
good.
Melvin. Amazing. So when
Yeah.
you talk about this time in your life, when was this? This was early 2000, early.
Yeah, this was yeah, I moved here you know what, I need to get my I 2001.
2000.
2001 I moved here, early 2001, February 2001 I moved here. And then
Wow.
yeah, it was just like all the excitement for me. And the thing is like I think everyone that I talked to,
Yeah.
I think it was easier for me to move here because my parents are here, my sisters are here. So someone's like supporting me, like, oh, what to do, oh, what to expect, if you know what I mean. So because
Yes.
the thing is like, yeah, like moving from the Philippines and then moving here, I said, okay, it's different.
Yeah.
And then one thing, and one thing I like realized, like moving to the Cotswolds for the first time, I said, oh, I know how to speak English. And then when I could not understand a single word.
Right. The accent was
Seriously,
so different.
the accent was like so thick, so proper, like
Yeah.
oh my goodness, it was so different. And then I asked one of my colleagues, I said, okay, how can I improve my English? Because I really want to work properly,
Yes. Yeah.
function properly, communicate with you properly. So what can I do? Like, and then someone's like said, oh, watch the BBC. I said, okay.
Perfect.
And then exactly. And I had like so many embarrassing stories in fine dining because of this. You know what I mean? So but I think it's like, yeah. Oh
Oh
my
my
goodness. Like just
goodness.
like misunderstood words. Yeah.
Right.
Oh.
Right.
But it was
I,
fun. I
I
had a good
bet. I
time.
bet.
Then yeah. So you were like asking how I became a chef.
Yeah.
I've always loved cooking.
Okay.
Because the thing is, like, I grew up in the Philippines with two amazing grandmothers. Yeah.
Wow.
Oh, my father's mother
Yeah.
is she's an amazing cook.
Wow.
And then my mom's mom as well.
Yeah.
She's an amazing cook. Both of them. So growing up, like always like watching them cook and then knowing the taste and stuff like that. Then I've always like wanted cooking, and then but I ended up in the hospitality industry.
Yeah.
So I had a skiing accident, so I had to stay at home for 7 weeks.
Right. Oh wow.
And
Long
then I said,
time.
yes, 7 weeks to recover. So I said, oh, what am I gonna do and stuff like that. And then ended up doing nothing. Then the following year, because my left knee was compensating so much
Wow.
for the right knee,
Mm.
they had to do like an operation for the left knee as well because of the stress fracture it
Oh
developed. And then so I said, okay, I kind of anticipated, oh, I'm gonna be here for 7 weeks again at home. What
gosh.
am I going to do? So I flipped a coin. I said, okay, let me learn. I flipped the coin between learning a new language or cooking.
Mm.
So cooking won. I
Uh-huh.
said, okay, let's start baking brownies, let's start baking cupcakes and stuff like that. And I ended up like giving it to like friends, family, and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And then for some reason, my creations like, oh, oh, Melvin could bake like this, bake like that. I said, okay, but this is just a hobby. This is not really.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then this charity heard about me. The charity was called City Gateway, so they were like helping teenagers who were like kicked out from school and stuff like that, disadvantaged teenagers basically.
Okay.
So they wanted to train them, give them like work experience, and one of their departments is a catering department, and
Wow.
then they were looking for a kitchen manager during that time.
Right.
And since I've got like that experience in managing, well, in the hospitality industry, okay, let me go for it. And then I said, okay, let's. This so I got the job, and then during that time, I think their chef left,
Oh my
and then they have and they have a catering order. They have a quick catering order they've already agreed to. I said, okay, who's gonna cook this one? And I just got in that week. I said, okay, let's do this. Just like said, let's do this. So I just like started doing this, and then the CEO of the charity said, wait a minute, okay, you could cook. Would you like to? And then because like during that time as well,
Yeah.
the students that we have, like the teenagers that we have, they were learning the basic of cookery, yeah, being a professional chef. So we have like assessors during that time. So I was like listening to them and then trying to learn as much as I could, same at the same time as the students. So I said, okay, let's do this one. And then it just like became so successful. People were loving my cooking,
Congratulations. Yeah.
and then people were like, I ended up like making wedding cakes and stuff like that. Oh, I wish I could. I'll show you my
Yes.
Instagram.
Yes.
Yeah,
Gosh.
yeah,
So I
it'll be
love,
good.
yeah, because it's such a fascinating story, really. How you ended up as a chef was really like doors were just slowly opening for you, and you just grabbed the opportunity, no?
Exactly, and yeah, this is for the viewers as well. Like once you're here, because the thing is like there's like so many opportunities, you just need to know where to look,
Yeah.
know what you really want, and then you could have it. Because the thing is, like, I didn't go to the chef school
Exactly.
like the other like people like went to, and then I said, no, I'll learn with books and stuff like that. And then during my holidays or vacations or something like that,
Mhm.
because during at that time we were following the school schedules of the charity. So we were working on school term. So
Right.
if the students are on break, we are on break as well.
Great.
So every time that I have on break, because it's not a planned break, I write down to different restaurants. I just like Michelin star restaurants or fine dining restaurants or whatever type of restaurants. I write to their head chef and stuff like that, and just like say, I introduce myself. I'm a beginner chef. I'm just like starting, blah blah blah. I'm working for this charity, which I'm helping like young people. I would like to give you my service. You could give me 1 or 2 weeks work experience. I could be an extra hand. You don't need to pay me. So
Amazing.
yeah, I was able to work with what do you call this Michelin star chefs, restaurants in 5-star hotels and stuff like, yeah, just like by writing to them. I said to myself, if they say no, they say no, but if they say yes, it's amazing. So yeah, I was like learning from the top chefs like
Amazing,
around the
Melvin.
area. If you know what I mean. So and I think I've mentioned as well, like because of the charity, I was just like one of the proudest moments,
Yes,
not
yes.
greatest achievements, like, proudest moments that I had was like the charity was like one time hosting this event, and then I said, okay, let me cook some chocolate cupcakes so that people could just like grab one. And it's just
Right.
like chocolate cupcakes, which is like not
Simple
complicated recipes.
dessert.
It's like my
Yeah,
recipe from my heart.
yeah.
And then one of their guests during that time was one of the royals, um, Prince Andrew. So yeah, so he was there. I didn't realize that he took one of my cupcakes, and the following day, we had a call from Buckingham Palace saying, "Oh, can we order 2 dozens of the cupcakes that you made?" I said, "Okay." I was like, "Hmm." I said, anyway. And then I was like thinking, oh, should I change the recipe? Should I make it more fancy and stuff like that? I said, no, I'll
Yeah,
stick to the original recipe that
yeah,
I had that they tasted. This the one that they love. I'll just like make it properly, like us. I always like do. And yeah, and then when we were like the car, like we were delivering to Buckingham Palace, I said, I can die now. I can die now. Like that's like saying.
like Melvin,
Like,
never in your wildest dreams would you have thought to be delivering. Melvin, I think
yeah,
your lolas, wherever they are, we're really very proud as well. I mean, amazing.
yeah. This is just an example that, as long as you know what you want to do in life, you could always ask.
Yeah.
There's no harm in asking people if you need something and stuff like that. Because like this Buckingham Palace delivery didn't just end there. Because like one time, one Easter, which was like the school break as well, I was like writing down to different restaurants. No one was answering. I said, "Oh, I don't want to stay like at home for 2 weeks doing nothing." And then on the last day of the term, well, work before the school break,
Mm-hmm.
someone left a voice message on my phone. It was the royal head chef of Buckingham Palace, like leaving me a message like saying, "Oh, do you want to train here with us?" I said, Okay." Yeah, I was like with them for work experience. Oh my goodness,
Oh my
it
goodness,
was amazing.
Melvin.
People like so nice,
Yeah,
and I've learned a lot, and I've learned so much of the royals during that time,
right.
and yeah, it was an amazing experience. That's
I
all I'm saying.
bet.
I just like came from a humble province in Bulacan in the Philippines, and then I never imagined to be cooking in Buckingham Palace, if you know what I mean. So
I think it's so funny how sometimes we're so caught up in the goals that we want and things that we want to do, but really life is something to be enjoyed too. I think in your story, it's a lot of it is just this openness, Melvin. The way
yeah,
you talk, the way you carry yourself, I think you're just a very happy person who's like waiting, and
yeah.
happy to be with other people, right?
Yeah, this is the thing because the things like you always have a choice how you portray yourself or how you present yourself with other people. And then I always like say, "Oh, am I too cheerful? Am I smiling too much and stuff like that?" But the thing is like whenever like people like for example from work or everyone like friends and stuff like that, they always like say, "Oh, we always like seeing you because like it's like always this warm feeling."
Yeah.
If you know what I mean, they always like say, "Oh, there's this warm," and then listening to that, I said, "Well, at least I made a big or small difference in someone's day." If you know what I mean, just like by smiling at them, and then yeah, it's like
I
things
love
like that. So
it.
yeah, this is one of the things that Filipinos have this natural joy in themselves. So just like wherever you are, keep on carrying this natural gift that we have
Oh,
Filipinos because like this is like one of the things that everyone like around the world is appreciating. If you know what I mean,
so
like that
true.
warm smile. You know what I mean? Always like hardworking. Always like
Yeah,
always
yeah,
on the go.
yeah. My gosh, Melvin, I love it. I was wondering, Melvin, where in Bulacan are you from?
I'm from Hagonoy.
Hagonoy.
Yes.
My husband's family is from Marilao and Mekawayan.
Okay. Yeah. We're close to Malolos.
Oh, okay, yes. Malolos
Yeah,
is
we're close to Malolos. So it's 30 minutes away from Malolos.
right.
So
Right.
yeah.
Amazing. So
Yeah.
your friends and family back in Hagonoy must be so proud of you too, with all the things that you've been
I hope
doing.
so. I hope so.
Melvin,
uh,
I
yeah.
love those stories, but I was wondering, Melvin, when it comes to the difficulties, the challenges that you
Mhm.
encountered, can you tell us a little bit more about, things that you had to overcome?
Yeah. So yeah, I was like, there's always like difficulties, yeah, and we know that.
Yeah.
But the thing is like, is the way the answer is like, how do we handle these difficulties? And like because like like for example, when I was, during my first year here in 2000, when I was in shipping captain in the countryside, working with this like English people from different parts of the Midlands, that was like one difficulty because things like I was like so frustrated that I could not understand their accent, and they cannot understand me as well because I speak so like Sesame Street American during
Right,
that time
right. Yeah.
because yeah, because like our English in the Philippines like is
Yes,
like so American that we use different terms as the English. So
correct.
I had to learn most of those. So those are one of the frustrations because this story might be embarrassing, but the thing is like it just like made me more work more. So one of the stories that I had is like when one time I was like asked to set a Christmas table for a family. I think there were like 20 of them,
Wow.
and then it was like for a Christmas party, yeah. And then the manager of the restaurant just like said, "Oh, set a table for 20, blah blah blah, and put some crackers on it." And
Right.
then during that, I didn't know about the Christmas
Yes.
crackers, which is like a very English tradition. So instead of like putting Christmas crackers, I put cheese crackers on the table, and they were like asking me, "So where are the crackers?" Those are the crackers. So it's like one of those things. It might sound funny. I still laugh at it at that time, but the thing is like, it's just like the frustration of redoing the table again. So these are one of the
Yeah.
difficulties. So, talking about this example, all you have to do is like find the difficulty, find a solution,
Yeah.
and work on it. If you
Yeah.
know what I mean.
Yes.
This is like one of the best things I actually heard from my head chef at the moment right now. He was like saying to me every time I come to him, I like say, "Oh, we have a problem," and then he was like always say, "No, give me the solution."
Right. Yeah.
So yeah, so it's like one of those things. Like if you don't know, if you know what the problem is,
Yeah.
if you know what your solution would be or how you could overcome it, strive for it. If you
Yeah.
know what I mean.
Yeah.
So because of that difficulty in language, I said, okay,
Yeah.
let me read all these Harry Potter books.
Yeah.
Let me watch BBC all the
Yeah.
time. I will improve my English. I will try to improve my English because the
Amazing.
thing is like, yeah, that follow after a year and a half in the Cotswolds, I moved back to London, which was like more,
Yeah.
difficult, more difficult because the thing is like I don't know the way they work here
Right.
because I've learned how we work back in the Philippines, which is like I don't want to say this, but the thing is, I think we copy too much of the American way of
Yeah.
customer service by
Yeah.
always like saying yes to
Yeah.
customers,
Mm.
if you know what I mean, which doesn't happen here.
Right.
So, which I am happy about because like we at least we can explain to customers or
Now,
explain
yes.
to your
Yes.
clients
Mm-hmm.
what's the right and wrong, and not just like saying yes, we can do that. We could
Yeah.
no, we can't.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean?
It's like you can
So
get real. You can get more real and talk to them in a
yeah.
way that you're not getting them upset, but you're just leveling with them, no?
Yeah, exactly. And the thing is, like, whenever you have difficulties, always ask for help. That's what I'm saying here. Do not like say, "Oh, yeah, because we're Filipinos, we're shy to ask for help." I said, no, to ask for help because like people are always willing to help.
Yeah.
They, I've met a lot of people who, because the thing is like if you ask for help, you're giving them an opportunity to give something good to you, if you know what I mean, which people love to do sometimes. Like that good feeling. Oh, I just like help someone.
Yeah.
If you ask for help, you're giving that opportunity to feel good about themselves. And I've helped someone, if you know what I mean. So
Yeah.
yeah, any difficulties that you have, ask for help, and then try to find your people who will like support you,
Mhm.
if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So that's what I always like do here. Like I know I've got like not I'm not saying my people, but things like the people who I know who could like support me in difficult times and stuff like that.
Mm.
And then yeah, there's always like resources around you. And then we just need to know where to look and then know who to ask.
Mhm.
That's it. You know what I
Awesome.
mean?
Awesome. Yes, Melvin. I am loving all your stories. it's very rare that I have chefs on the show. So this is a
Mm-hmm.
really good episode for everyone and anyone out there who has that
Yeah.
passion for cooking, right?
Yeah.
Because you never
Yeah.
know. You never
Yeah.
know. I mean, I think a lot of us are saying sometimes we don't have the technical background. We kind of
Yeah.
talk ourselves out of it. But what do you
No,
think? It's
it's just, yeah, it's just anything, any passion that you have. Obviously, it's in your heart. You do something with it because, like, some passions just like started was as a hobby,
it's
if
true.
you know what I mean. Like,
Yes.
for example, yeah, one of my friends who just like had a hobby of like photography before
Mm,
when he was like younger. Now he's like a big photographer now and stuff like that. It was like, you know,
yeah.
just what do you call it? How do you say this? Because like sometimes when we're growing up, we just like, like for example, like when you're younger, you don't know what you really want to do in life.
Yeah.
Because the thing is like sometimes, oh, I want to become a doctor, I want to become a priest, I want to become a like Superman or something like
Yeah.
that. But it's like when you find like something that you are passionate about and you enjoy doing, maybe you can say, oh, maybe this is the way forward.
Yeah.
This might be my career and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then ending up like enjoy doing a work that you really enjoy, like you like doing every day. Because like that's how I feel right now. If you know what I mean. Like I work now for Tate Modern, which is a modern art museum here in London, and I love working there because of the people, because I could enjoy like serving food and stuff like that, and the way I interact with people. I love working there, and I wish that I could do that like every day. But now we're in lockdown, so
Oh, I
oh,
know.
we don't know when we're gonna be back. But oh, I just like wish this lockdown would end. Seriously, like
Amazing,
oh,
amazing. Oh, I'm gonna pray for that too, Melvin, for everyone in
oh,
London.
yeah.
I've got cousins there too, so I really hope things get better for
Oh,
you guys. Yeah,
yeah, I know.
yeah.
Yeah,
I want
yeah.
I want everyone to know that you're empowered enough to do something about it. We all have a
Yeah,
choice,
exactly.
right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
Oh,
we have a choice. So, yeah, all you have to do is like just like that, take that leap of faith, as they say. If you're not happy with what you're doing, yeah, just
yeah,
risk it a little bit,
yeah, yeah,
and then yeah, who knows?
yeah,
Come on. This virus just like actually just like showed us like how short life is. So
yes,
just like
yes,
grab it, like like once this is all over. Oh my goodness, it's like it's too short. Just like do what you want to do that will make you happy. And yeah.
Melvin, you're giving me goosebumps. That's exactly how I feel too. Life is too short to not be
Yeah.
enjoyed, to not really
Yeah.
live what you're meant to do, right? But oh my
Exactly. Exactly.
god. Okay.
Yeah.
So as we go towards the end of our interview, Melvin, I was wondering, you were a young boy once. If you knew what you know now, what do you think would you tell your younger self?
Hmm. Yeah, I could probably say because like when I was younger, I was like really, really timid and really, really shy,
Right.
and that kind of like stopped me from enjoying. Well, probably I did enjoy my childhood and stuff like that, but the thing is like I could have enjoyed it more if I had like this confidence that I have now,
Yes.
if you
Yeah.
know what I mean. So I
Yeah.
don't know, probably what I'm gonna say is like just be more confident, and then just be be who you are. That's it. Be
Yeah.
who you are, accept who you are, and just make sure that you try to make a difference in someone's life every day, if you know what I mean. So probably yeah, that's the only
Wonderful.
advice I give my younger self. Yeah.
That's so wonderful. And Melvin, what do you think? What would you say to those who want to be more confident, who don't know how to go about it? What do you think would be the key?
Yeah, loving yourself and accepting yourself is the key. So love yourself, and then the confidence will just like come out
That's
naturally.
That's
If you
right.
start loving yourself, you'll be able to spread that love
So true. I
out.
love it.
And yeah.
I love it, Melvin, because sometimes people come to me and they say, I want to be more confident. How can I go about this? And that's what
Mhm.
I say. Because think about it. If you did not, and somebody else was saying to you, you're awesome, you're amazing, you can do this, you can do that, but you didn't believe it, there's no amount
Mhm.
of persuading and no
Exactly.
amount of effort, right? Until it's
Exactly.
really
That's the
amazing.
thing. You need to look in the mirror and like say, well, this is me and I love it.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. You know what I mean? That's it.
This is all I have to
Exactly.
work on to start with, then I'm gonna go for it. No? Oh my
Mhm.
goodness,
Yeah.
Melvin. I think a lot of the younger ones especially are going to take so much from your story. Thank you so much
Oh,
for
thank you.
sharing a lot of it.
Yeah,
Is there
no worries.
anything else? Is there anything else that you would like to talk to us about?
Yeah, well, the thing is, like, if you are thinking of like moving to different countries and stuff like that, yeah, obviously know the country first, and then if you have like any support there, if you know people like when you're moving to a different country, if you know people there, fantastic. But if you don't have people there, what I'm saying to you, first thing that you do, find a community.
Yeah.
Could be a church, could
Yes.
well, which is like perfect.
Yeah.
Church community is always like amazing.
Yeah.
Like for example, especially if you don't know anyone
Yeah.
from the country that you moved, yeah, church community is always there to support you and stuff like that. And yeah, just try to make as many friends as you can, if you know what I mean. And do not be afraid to introduce yourself of you who you are. Because the thing is like people would love that. Because the thing is like especially here in London, I learned so much from different nationality because they're being themselves. Because I could see, this is actually how Polish people work. Oh,
Yeah.
this is how Italian weddings are. Oh,
Yeah.
this is like, if you know what I mean. So, but things like the important thing is like they're being themselves and they're presenting themselves so that you can learn from them. So, same as the Philippines, we don't need to change anything that we have already.
Yeah.
Bring yourself, bring that amazing Filipino smile,
Yeah.
bring, if you know what I mean, that
Yes.
warmth, and yeah, you would survive. If you know what I mean.
Oh my gosh, Melvin, that's perfect. Perfect words for anyone who's thinking of working abroad. And even if
Mhm.
not, a lot of times we do work with other nationalities through the internet. It's a video calls are very common these days. Spread the warmth. The
Mhm.
world needs that. The world needs it.
Exactly, exactly. And then yeah, and then another thing this coronavirus like proved the world is so small. The
Yes.
world is so small. So who
Yeah.
knows
Yeah.
what happens tomorrow? You
Yep.
know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just
I
like prepare yourself, be always yourself, take care of yourself, which is like really, really important. Look after yourself all the time. So at least you could because like if you don't look after yourself, how can you look after other people? You know what I mean? So
You can't
that's
give
it.
from an empty cup, no, Melvin?
Yeah,
So
yeah.
much wisdom. My goodness, I love talking to you. Thank you. I'd like
Oh, thank you.
to thank Ivy for introducing us because this is
Yeah, thanks, Ivy.
special
I
mention.
can't I can't remember you from the wedding.
Really?
Apparently, we're both in
We
Ivy's
were,
wedding.
we were, but we never
I
got to
said,
chat.
oh,
I
yeah,
love
I
it,
know.
Melvin. 20 years later, you in London, years later
Yeah.
after Ivy's wedding, now we're reconnecting. There is always a perfect time for everything.
Oh,
Thank you
thank
so
you.
much again for your time. And
It's
I
a pleasure. I think, yeah. If you want like probably another topic for a different time, yeah,
yeah,
we could always
you're
say,
there.
yeah.
Thank you so much for that support, Melvin. I will take you up on that, okay?
No worries, no worries.
Thank you so much, everyone, for watching. If you've got any message for Melvin, anything at all, drop it in the comments section. I'm sure Melvin will be happy to see that. Take care, everyone. Bye.